Hey guys, welcome back to another video. It's been a while, I know, but I had some stuff going on in my life when I got back from California, but I got everything figured out and now I'll be able to post on a much more consistent basis for you guys now that I'm settled into my new place. So I've been in a little bit of a rut the past couple weeks. I've been super depressed and unmotivated to make content because I've been suffering from a little bit of imposter syndrome. So for most of you that probably have no idea what that is, it's basically when someone doesn't believe in themselves or they feel like people aren't getting any value from the stuff that they're creating. Basically, it's the inability to believe that what I'm creating is important and that I'm important enough to be liked and make important content. And this hasn't been a very good place for me to be mentally because obviously it doesn't feel very good and it doesn't help me be any more motivated to make content. And it just makes me more depressed because I'm not creating the content that I want to create, and I'm more trying to think of ways to create content that people will like, and I'm not really being authentic to myself and my brand. So that's what I'm going to be working on. At the end of the day, I had to realize that number one, nobody really cares that much about the things that you're doing. And number two, the right people, my people, will find my channel. And if these videos aren't for you, then I still wish you the best. And I'm sure there are hundreds of other YouTube channels that you will find that is more specific to what you like. So this video is going to be all about turning over a new leaf and becoming and embodying the bad boss ass bitch that I know that I am. So step one of being a boss bitch is I had to dig out this planner that I bought a couple months ago that I haven't been using and really plan out my days. I love planning out my days. I love to know exactly what I'm going to be doing that day and knowing that I'm getting the most out of my time for the day. It also helps keep me more disciplined and on top of everything. Also, I'm a very busy woman. I manage my local subway and I also go to school full-time online, and I'm also a normal person who has responsibilities or other things that I would like to get done. So to stay on top of it is super important for me. So planning out your day and completing the tasks so you don't fall behind in any aspect of your life is going to be one of the most important things that you're going to be able to do for yourself. It also boosts your confidence because you're proving to yourself that you are that bitch. Step two was deep cleaning my entire apartment. I've been sick the past 2 weeks with COVID for the second time. I haven't had it since 2020, but this time around it knocked me out. Like I literally was out of work for a week straight. I was bedbound. I could barely do anything. It was horrible. It literally felt like the flu. So cleaning my house was definitely going to be the first thing that I was going to get done because I can't do anything with a messy house because that's all I think about. Also, it doesn't help that I'm a naturally messy person in the sense of like clothes or makeup everywhere. I am making a conscious decision to not do that anymore because that's not how I want to be in my life. So I found that even though I'm messy naturally, I'm not okay with being messy. Every day I would wake up and stress about having to clean my house, having to pick up this, having to pick up that, but I was too depressed to actually get up and do it. But that was because I allowed myself to let it pile up, and so it just seemed like a lot, and it just seemed like I was never going to fully tackle it. But that's only because I allowed it to get so bad. And by getting so bad, I mean like letting the dishes pile up in the sink and laundry that needs to get done or clothes all over the bedroom. And I realized that having a dirty house actually affects me and my relationships around me because it reflects in how I talk to my partner. It reflects in my overall stress levels and my motivation. Finding new ways to organize things or move things around to make it how I want it helped me to stay on top of my tasks and helps me keep a well-organized space. So getting my house clean and organized was the first thing that I had to put on my list for today because there was nothing else that was more important than getting that done today. Step three is going to be going through your closet and all your clothes and donating stuff that no longer aligns with who you envision yourself to be in the future. You must sit down and envision the version of yourself that you wish that you could be, the version of yourself that you're aspiring to be. What do they look like? And what are they wearing? What is their career? What do their social platforms look like? These are all things that you need to be thinking about when thinking about your future self. Are they still wearing that Sublime shirt that you bought in 2012 that has holes in it out to dinner? Probably not, right? Or are they dressing up for themselves and showing up as their best selves? Probably the second one, right? These are all super important things to think about when thinking about who you want to be. Now, I'm not going to say go through and throw out all your t-shirts, because of course, like, you have t-shirts for casual days and whatever, but it's about knowing what to wear when. When picking what to wear, it all comes down to, does this elevate my confidence? And do I feel like I'm giving the best version of myself? Step 4 is to be more mindful of how much and the type of media that you're consuming. So if you're like me and you find yourself scrolling for hours aimlessly on TikTok, and then you feel bad afterwards and you hate yourself because you wasted all that time that you could have been doing something productive and beneficial for yourself, then you're probably consuming too much media. I had this project for school that I had to do this past week, and I had to track 3 days worth of my media consumption and then analyze it and make a report on it, whatever. And it was crazy. We spend so much time consuming loads and loads of media, and most of the time we don't even realize it. This can lead you to feeling burnt out and unmotivated to doing things that you need to do, that you know need to get done, or even things that you want to do, but you just don't have the mental energy to do it anymore. Also, the type of content that you are consuming can also play a role in your motivation and your energy. You want to follow people who inspire or teach you more about the person that you are trying to become. There are going to be so many different versions or embodiments of the person that you're trying to become, and you need to find the version that works best for you, and you're going to need to figure out exactly what that looks like for you in your life. Step 5 is be active. I know you've heard a lot of people say that going to the gym or going for walks has really helped their mental health, and honestly, it couldn't be truer. I feel so accomplished and refreshed after just taking a walk with my significant other or a friend, or even going to the gym by myself. I'm not necessarily somebody who likes to go for walks outside by myself, but I don't mind going to the gym by myself. I actually prefer going to the gym by myself because I feel more accomplished, I can get more done, and I can just focus on myself. But maybe that looks different for you. Maybe you don't like going to the gym by yourself, and maybe you like going for walks outside by yourself. Whatever works for you, you need to figure out just something to keep you active, because you need to get outside. It makes you feel so much more accomplished. It makes you feel like you got outside, you did something with your life for the day, and this will automatically make you feel like that bitch. Step 6, set monthly goals and always be looking for ways to improve you or your business. It can be a lot to try and change everything all at once, especially if you're just starting to figure out what your future self even looks like. So it's okay to set monthly goals for yourself. Make sure that you make your goals attainable. Set small goals for yourself until it becomes a habit and until the habit becomes a routine. Like, I want to be more consistent on YouTube. I would love to be at a place in my life where I have my podcast, I have my YouTube, and I can post consistent TikToks. But for me right now, just getting back into it, for me to jump on all 3 social media platforms and try to go all in, I'm just going to leave myself feeling depleted and burned out. So instead, I'm going to set a realistic goal for myself that I can post 1 video a week with everything that's going on in my life. And once I get into the routine of posting a video every week and just having that be a part of my routine, I will have a lot more time to set more goals and make time for other things. Or even if you see yourself in the future as some huge bodybuilder. Obviously, an unrealistic goal starting out would be to go to the gym every single day and just push yourself as far as you can go every single day, because obviously that's just a recipe for disaster, right? So that same analogy goes for every goal that you set for yourself. Step 7 is taking the daily action to get yourself where you want to be. So yeah, it's great when you finally figure out who you want to be and the steps to get yourself there, but you need to actually put in the work to be able to achieve that. And this goes back to step 1, having your planner. Plan every day to be the most fulfilling to you and your goals. At the end of the day, you should feel a sense of accomplishment and confidence that you got to complete your goals that you set for yourself for the day, and that you were disciplined enough to complete them. A lot of people will try and find videos or podcasts to try and motivate them, but it's not about finding or having motivation. It's more about having discipline for yourself, making yourself do things that you don't necessarily want to do for the greater picture, and the greater picture being your future and your future self. So it's the same thing as like going to work every day. Like, nobody wakes up every day like, yes, I cannot wait to go to work. Nobody wants to go to work, but people get up and they do what they have to do because they have goals for themselves. They want money, they want to be able to buy things, and having a job and going every day will get them there. So that's what you need to do. You need to do the things that you don't necessarily want to do, but you know you have to do to be able to set yourself up for a better future. It's going to take time for you to become the person that you want to be. So a small step every day is going to help so much to get you to where you want to be. And that's what's going to be most important. I hope you guys learned something from this video and that you guys use these tips to help you guys transform your lives. You guys can follow me on my other social platforms. I will link them down below, and I will see you guys in next week's video. Bye.